Welcome back. We're going to do arms right now, and arms will be the thing that you will be drawing the most. I'm gonna give you like a trick to how I construct arms. So first I always start with the gesture, which is basically a tube. Because if you look at a tube, like the forms go around. So you have the gesture, tube, gesture, there you go. And then let's draw the same tube, but now just do 2 lines, and at the end, this is very important for later, we go to the hands, just fan them out, like so. Because if you draw hands, don't draw it in isolation. On the top, you just divide the tube from here to here in half. And you know that right here will be your deltoid. The ones that attach to, you guessed it, our friend that we know at the party, the acromion. And how we do that is we start putting an X here. And here you continue this line here. That's why I said keep drawing and you create the elbow yourself right here. And this still is our limit. And here you can divide it again for the brachialis later on. So let's not go anything further than this right now. This is a schematic that really works. Let's just keep it simple as that. And here, let this go and continue. And this gives us the separation for the bicep here. I'm going to draw this again. The deltoid. The anterior deltoid. Medial one. And the posterior. And here, if you pull it through, here you have your tricep. Here you have your epicondyle. And here you have your brachialis. And then you have your brachialis brevis. And here you have the anconeus. And here you have the extensors. And on the back there will be the flexors, which you don't see at the moment. So we're going to make an even bigger tube now on the next one. And keep this line for the hand, which we will eventually do. And again, split it in two. And like so, you finish it here. But here you can see that you can now bold this. Same with here. And here we have the anconeus and the separations of the deltoid right here. Of course, this is a pretty muscled arm. Your bicep, which would be this part. Our tricep, which would be this part. Then we have deltoid. Then we have the brachialis and the brachialis brevis. And then here we have the anconeus. And then we have the extensors. Here, there could be the abductor pollicis. So let's try to do one more with this diagram. Like draw in one another here for the elbow. We need to make our X for the biceps. And look at here what I'm doing. Negative and positive shapes. Like you can carve it out. We'll get more into this when we get to the hands. But basically that's why you do that. The deltoids are divided. If you look at them like this, the medial one like splits right here like a V. Here's the acromion, and these go in, and these make more in your posterior and your anterior. These go like that. So you see it's sort of like a three-teeth sort of system right here. So here again, acromion. Start from the middle one. And then you have your other teeth going in here. And this one goes to the spine of the scapula. And this one goes to your clavicle. Like if you remember from the front that it looks like this. Clavicular head from the pectorals, and your sternocostal head. And here if your infraclavicular fossa. But here you have your medial deltoid. And your anterior deltoid, and it goes here, so that's the front. And from the back, it basically attaches to the spine of the scapula. And then here, that's where your tricep would be. So this one goes here from the back, and this one goes here from the front. Now let's draw one more full arm here that is a little bit bent, because we're going to draw a lot of arms for you, and then I'm going to give you some exercises that you can do to practice these arms. Here is our deltoid, tricep poking out, bicep seriously poking out because our arm is going up. You're attaching to the back. I see that this is like a little bit more bulging here at the epicondyle. So that is the basic structure. Let's do the divisions here again. It's all about repetition. So bicep, that is the one in the back. Tricep, brachialis brevis, the extensors, anconeus, right here. And there we have the epicondyle. All right, let's do some more arms. So right now I'm going to give you some exercises that you could do to improve the arms that I just drew. So let's start here. So we go with the tube. Draw through here. And then right here. For the hand. Like you can just do a gestural there. And then right here you have your brachialis brevis. The heads of the The deltoids here. You can remember the diagram from the other page. Here the brachialis brevis. Right here, the epicondyle, the bone going in. And that one comes out here. Tricep. Here the posterior head of the deltoid. And remember how it's divided right here. Here as well. The division is a bit more than the brachioradialis and the brachioradialis brevis. So brachialis, like the brachialis brevis, and they have the radiobrachialis or the extensors and the flexors there. Like I would really encourage to take stance course, the anatomy course from Proco to really go deep into the forearm muscles